Hey, how y'all doing, man? Hope everybody's good. All right, so we're gonna get right into this one. Today's episode, Akademiks had came out and said something about Kendrick cutting Drake from Playboy Cardi's album. And yeah, so before we get into that, I got to get the spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing if you're new here. Let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them or don't sell no merch when I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 13, 14, 15, 16,000. And yes, I am the king of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. So let's get to it, man. Let's do it. Also, to March 23rd, there will be a battle rap event on this page live. That's next Sunday. So if you are interested, you can pull up and watch. Grab some popcorn because it's going to be interesting. All right, so let's get it. All right, so let's go. This comes courtesy of Yo EQ TV. Let's get it.
A long history of wifing up 304s, and there's a reason that's all you can attract. So like I said, to give context, we're going to start from the beginning. This is the clip where he claimed that Drake couldn't get on the project because Kendrick was the creative director.
Oh. You want a little bit more drama?
This guy is all about drama.
Cardi should drop the midnight, nigga. What the fuck? Kendrick is creative directing the whole shit. So that's why when I heard the Drake song, I'm like, oh shit, this shit's fire.
Yeah, at that point, he's not even speculating. He's reporting on it as if it were fact.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. These dudes be making, I never understood how. I guess people like stuff like this. And this is the reason why a lot of these dudes, they become who they are today and why they are so successful. Because people like bullshit. Like they really do. A lot of people do like bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. And he's one of those guys that he says a bunch of stuff and people like it. I think people are mindless drones sometimes. They don't really, they just want to just go along with the go along. And I can't believe that this guy would say this as if it's fact. Like this go, man. It's crazy.
I don't know if this is making it. And I remember you said Kendrick's creative direction. I'm like, yeah, that shit ain't making it. That shit ain't making it. Hell no. Ain't no way Kendrick's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna hear this Drake song. I'm gonna put it. Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? That nigga say you're the biggest hater. You're still hating. You know what I mean? So, again, I'll be shocked if Drake is on it. I know they're delaying it, so maybe they did some changes, but I would be very shocked if Drake is on that bitch. Kendrick is creative directing the whole shit, so.
This guy's just drunk off the Henny, just spewing whatever comes to mind. At the end of the day, we got to remember that Playboy Cardi also didn't clear his feature on the Drake No Face record, so maybe there has been some tension there. Instead of conveying it as if it were actually fact, the dude should have just said, I believe that Kendrick Lamar is doing it, even though obviously, like I said earlier, it was debunked, which we have over here. This is Playboy Cardi's producer, Filthy, who was obviously integral to the project, going on to say, Kendrick fam, he is not the creative director of the album, this Cardi album, which both things could be true because obviously it's a Cardi project. Well, a lot of times people will go on board to like executive produce or be the creative director. And a lot of times that could be as much as like determining the sequencing of the album, the vision of the album, or it could just be thrown as a title and name only because there's people that have.
That's a fact. That's 100% facts. There are literally people who are creative producers on albums and they didn't have nothing to do with the album. Just their name there, they probably paid for the name. All right, can you say they came in and pressed one symbol? You know what I'm saying? They pressed one symbol on the joint and then they say, yeah, you're a creative director. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're executive producer. And really ain't an executive producer or a creative director. But it's the name that's on there that actually gets people, because they do anything to sell records. Anything they do to make people come to them to buy the record. You know what I'm saying? So he's right about that.
Giving these titles by just listening to the project and giving their opinion. But this guy's obviously directly connected to Playboy Cardi, so I'll take his word for it until we hear otherwise from like Cardi or something. And instead of Akademiks, just like I said earlier, taking it in stride and be like, you know what, it was wrong, I was just speculating, the dude crashed out over it over here.
Kendrick fan, but he not creative director. This Cardi album.
I don't see how you take it any other way than, yeah, man, I was wrong.
Okay. Am I supposed to react to this? Somebody said Ack is lame. Yo, bro, y'all really, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, chat. I've been covering hip hop for 15 years.
Yeah, you could be wrong. You also look super drunk right now. And even the best journalists get stuck.
But here's even the thing, and I understand he's about to say, but here's the thing. You've been covering hip hop for so long, but the issue that I have with you is you blur the lines a lot. You're not a real journalist. It's like you're an activist in a way. You blur the lines. You don't actually want to tell people the truth. You want to give them your version of the truth, which is not the truth. It's your version of it. It's crazy.
Wrong, which is why things like retractions exist. And the fact that you can't take accountability is what makes you lame, or is one of the many things that makes you lame.
I'm in my 30s. I know the main actors. I don't know like these side characters. No disrespect to Filthy. I don't know who the fuck Filthy is. Filthy, this ain't a war of words, my nigga. Like I really don't give a fuck. The point is this.
Well, he's not taking it there either. He's just literally clearing that up. That's big news, or that
Kendrick's
would
on
be
the
big
album.
news.
Is he not? Like, what? I don't even want to argue with no nigga who's like cool with Cardi. Like, bro, like, come on, like,
Moving the
let's drop
goalpost.
album, my nigga. Again, whether it's a creative director, executive producer, I don't give a fuck. Whatever y'all want to, like, bro, I don't. Again, I'm also not here to try to reduce or make people feel like this ain't Cardi. This is completely Cardi's album. This is Cardi's album. So I think that was
5 years in the making.
premise, that this is, I agree with this premise here. This is Cardi's album.
What about the first half?
Okay? So I'm with you. Here's the thing. I think hip hop is in a space where, like, as soon as you mention Dot, you mention like Drake, like niggas want to be like, oh my God, it's all.
But you was the one that mentioned Kendrick Lamar. You was the one that mentioned him on the album. A lot of people didn't even know he was on the album until you opened your mouth. You did. You can't sit here and say, well, a lot of people were so tired of Kendrick, blah, blah, because you the one said it. Of course, everybody's going to flock to the album now. He got some new fans.
About them.
It's crazy because he was the one that actually tied that feature to Drake. Because the only person that Kendrick referenced by name was A$AP Rocky. Akademiks, you yourself can't go and say that these other people keep directly connecting these two when you're one of the biggest perpetrators.
No. Fuck what Drake got going on. Fuck what Kendrick got going on. It's all about Cardi. And I'm with that. I'm with that, right? And if Kendrick or whatever he got going on is a distraction, I'm with you on that, okay? But Kendrick did help shape this album. Like, let's stop playing, okay? Like, bro, like we don't have to like joke at this point. And
see, and then it's another thing that people do. Like, if I tell you something, nigga, that's what it is. Like, if I'm saying he didn't have nothing to do with it, right? Why are you still going out here saying you going? If I'm the producer and I'm telling you he had nothing to do with it, even if I'm lying, I'm closer to him than you are. So you should respect that and say, all right, it is what it is. And then you talk to him later and say, bro, I know, bro. I ain't going to put it out there, but I know. But you were going on record saying these things. You have no proof. You have no proof. What proof do you have? What proof do you have?
That's, for right now, that's all speculation until they come out and someone actually confirms the roles. But just because you had a few features on a project doesn't mean you were executive producing anything. They could have easily just sent the session over, Kendrick listened to it and recorded it over at his home studio or his private studio or wherever he records at. So there's nothing concrete here that would convey that Kendrick Lamar had any other role than just providing these features. Because the production on this album is definitely on brand for Playboi Carti. And this is really just Akademiks again, grasping at straws in his vendetta against Kendrick Lamar, which is crazy because we all know Akademiks truly loves Kendrick Lamar.
again, this is why the album just came out at midnight. Because, like, niggas would have heard it and they could have thought whatever. But nigga, now we gotta wait.
It
Again,
was like
I'm
2
only going
hours,
off
I
what
think,
Cardi
after
told me,
that.
but it doesn't matter. Like I don't give a fuck enough to like. Again, with all due respect, my nigga, I wish I was off stream right now. I just need to hear the music, and I want to stay on stream that people could at least listen and be like, oh, Ack wasn't lying to us. Oh no, we heard some great songs. Oh damn, Ack said the album was mad dope. This shit is actually mad dope, bro. I don't want to argue with again, and this is why I think this is why he ain't probably announced Kendrick, my nigga, because once you hear
Well, obviously, the conversation is going to heavily shift to Kendrick Lamar. But you have to know that day one. You have to know that even pre-beef, having Kendrick Lamar is definitely going to be something that people are going to go straight to. Like I said in my previous video, a lot of people that wouldn't otherwise be listening to Playboi Carti are going to listen to the album because Kendrick Lamar is on a few of these records. It's something that would be impossible to avoid.
Kendrick name, and this is the
And that's what I'm saying. You can't really say nothing. When you were the one that announced that Kendrick is on there, his name holds so much weight. You think that listen, bro, let me explain something to you. Kendrick Lamar his name is very, very heavy right now. His name is probably you could say that Kendrick Lamar is on Taylor Swift album and everybody's gonna go listen to it. You could say he's on I don't know, Muse album. Nobody know who Muse is, and they gonna people know who Muse is, but they gonna still go listen to it. That's what I'm saying, man. It was your fault, bro. You the one announced it.
that part about it. You hear Kendrick name, you hear Drake name. It's like these two like niggas is back and forth all day, like all fucking day, my nigga. Like you know what I mean? Like this got nothing to do with Cardi, bro. This is Cardi's wave. Like I'll say that, but the reality is if y'all are acting like that is not, I don't know, maybe the reaction to
You're assuming too much.
preemptive announcement, people are backing off the Kendrick thing, but what I was told was that Kendrick was heavy-handed with trying to help shape the album. But okay, if y'all want to act like he has nothing to do with it and he just has a feature, or maybe I take the feature off, I don't know. What the
Thing is, people have tons of conversations when the artists are in their creative stage. As a producer,
Yeah, exactly. Like what is he talking about?
that's been signed for like 5 years now. There's been so many times that I've seen artists just kick it with other artists and just play each other music and give each other ideas and stuff like that. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go and give them the creative director title or an executive producer title. But at the end of the day, these guys are colleagues. For Akademiks, who just said that he's been covering hip hop for this long, you should know that better than anybody right now. And like I said before, you guys want to keep any information secret, don't tell this guy unless you want it to be part of your rollout because this guy obviously can't hold water.
fuck? What the hell? I don't give a damn. I ain't say that what Kendrick did was whack. I think it was dope.
Again, I do think he is a Kendrick Lamar fan. I just think he knows where his bread is buttered and he's trying to protect that relationship, even though we can all tell that Drake really doesn't respect this dude at all. And by the way, sometimes Ack refers to Drake. It definitely gives me the feeling that I don't think he likes him as much as people think he likes him, which makes all this worse because it seems like you're just sacrificing all your morals and integrity for the bag. But if you keep putting out these false narratives, all it's going to do is just jeopardize any credibility that you still have, especially if you aren't going to hold yourself accountable when you are wrong, which does happen, dude. But instead, he chooses to be antagonistic about everything. Filthy obviously felt a way about all this. Here, he tweeted out, "You owe me a boxing match, Barclays Center." And honestly, I saw both these guys. I feel like none of these guys have any business in a boxing ring. Akademiks does act totally different when he's beefing with dudes versus when he's beefing with women. Because he'll talk his shit, but as soon as things turn physical, at least with dudes, he's quick to apologize and move the goalposts. But that's
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's crazy. We're gonna end it there and then be back. Yeah, man. That dude, man, he's annoying. And it's crazy how like only reason why I talk about academics on this page is for content. I'll be honest with y'all, academics I just use for content. That's it. I don't really care for his opinion no more. I don't care for nothing he has to say. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, he has content that I could actually make a argument against some of the stuff that he said. He tries to play that upstanding moral citizen role when it comes to certain things, but then he flips the switch. He's so corny, man. He's so corny. It's crazy to see how corny he is. And it doesn't line up. And we all know Drake is not his friend, man, but he just want to do it anyway. And can't stop him no more. No matter how much people actually tell him or whatever, he's still going to do what he's going to do. So thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. You already know what it is, man. I'll see y'all. Peace. Bye.